Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to the stream and yet another chapter of the tank that never ends. Yes, working on that guy right there. That's the M2A3 Bradley with the Busk 3 armor kit. We'll run the intro, we'll get going on this chapter. Okay, we're back and we're going to continue on the build. Last time we finally got some stuff started on our turret. And so I have my turret here. Bing! And bing! And I got some other stuff on my desk and I got planes taken off and that's great. And since the latest update on XSplit, which happens to be the software that I use to stream, they just did an update and it seems to be extremely sensitive to my music in the background. So I have to have my music turned down so quiet that I can barely hear it. But of course airplanes still take off and yeah. Anyway, we have our turret. Let me change the camera so you can see nice and close what we did. So last time we got our turret assemblies assembled. Bing. And off camera I did a little bit of painting. I obviously painted my little boxes white like they're supposed to be, and I painted the ammo box, I guess cartridge holder, painted that the nice gunmetal color there and installed that obviously. Okay, and I did a little bit of weathering, like you see that black smuts on the back of that door there, and yeah, painted the photo etch grill on that thing. That's got a little bit of green on there now, and just kind of touched up a few spots of the green where I had forgotten to paint, like for example this wall. That wall was beige, it's now green again, or green like it should be. I also installed our little machine gun. I did that off camera. Okay, I already went through what's involved with putting that on. So you want to glue it very carefully to the edge, just the peg, the little peg that's on there that sticks out, because when you lift the barrel, the main barrel, that, my camera will stay focused, that should go with it, like that, which is why this is rubber, and so it can bend with it. I did find on the back of the machine gun, on the very back of it, there's a little peg that stuck out and it kind of interfered with the rear wall. It would kind of hit and limit the motion of the barrel. I didn't like that. I'm not sure exactly how much of an angle up this is going to go, but the other thing I found was the very top, this little rounded spot right up here, that kind of interfered a little bit with the top here inside. So if you can see that little beige part right there, where I kind of chamfered that edge a little bit, because I found, as we're going to come up to this step pretty soon, but we're going to slide the barrel through there and put these two halves together. Okay, and that's a pretty tight fit up there. And I found when you have the barrel and you go down with it like this, and then you want to bring it up, it was kind of hitting at the top up in there. So I just chamfered that edge so that there's no resistance and it's not hitting. So we got that going on, okay? In other news, we got this guy painted up, where I didn't even have this wall green before. I put in our photo etch little, grills. Those are in, got those painted, and I painted the whole thing a little bit just to get it all consistent with its color, and then I did some weathering. You can see some brown schmutz in there, and same with a little bit of silver wearing through the green paint, so yeah, as those guys get in and out of this thing all the time and sit in their chairs. So yeah, we did that. Okay, so that's a little recap of what we got done last time. Okay, so that's up to step 47 anyway. So step 48 was this. Okay. We got up to step 47. We got all that done, except of course decals. Didn't get decals done. Maybe I should do decals. Do I have decals I need to put in the... I thought I do, actually. I have decals. I remember decals. Oh, well, I've already got the TV. Oh, decals on our ammo thing. And our keyboard. Well, crap. I can't expect to put decals on the inside of this when it's all assembled. So, let's pull it apart. I've got a couple of decals that I need to put in there. So that's going to be step number 1. I will be right back. Okay, we've got some water. Yay. Fun stuff. So I need scissors. I need my decal sheet. And let's see. Decals. So I don't need the TV screen, but I need number 2, 3, and 9. 2, 3, and 9. I actually think 2 and 3 might be here. What are these two guys? What are you guys? Two and 3, right there. Okay, I'm going to cut the numbers away. I have found a few decals in this kit are actually not cut away from their numbers properly. So we'll put these in the water while I look for number 9, which is going to be on here somewhere. There's number 7. There's number 9. Little keyboard. So cut him away. There we go. Insert a number away from it. There we go. Okay. Let's put these away. Need to get this done before I put the two assemblies together. Let's see. These are ready to go. Okay, so these just go on each side of our ammo canisters. Inside here. There's one. Almost. There we go. Like that. And while I'm placing this one, I'll put number 9 in the water. Because, you know, we want to be as efficient as possible. And then this guy goes on here like that. And we get him lined up. And both lined up where they should be. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to use a Q-tip to get out as many little things as possible. As many little things as possible. So there we go. We got decals on our thing. The camera doesn't want to focus on them exactly. It's too much stuff. So whatever. And then we got our keyboard. Keyboard's going to go in right in there on our keyboard spot. Right in there. Right in there. And it's ready to go. We got Batman playing in the background. Batman, yeah. Hey. It's probably going to get me demonetized for this video, having that playing. Get my keyboard lined up. Hindsight, I probably should have painted it black on there. Keyboards are usually black. there we go. And there's not much I can do about it. It's just, it's there. It is what it is. Okay. Decals are on, and that's the important thing. So we can get rid of this. And that is going to allow us to do this, okay? So I don't know if the camera will really pick it up. You can sort of see the keyboard that hidden underneath there, right there. Right there. It won't really focus on that. Kinda, sorta, yeah. And then our two decals on our things there. There we go, okay? So that step is done. So that's done. Oh, it looks like I was supposed to put a decal on our blast wall as well. And I went and weathered it. I could still weather it afterwards. I need decal number 26. This is kind of a warning. It's a warning decal. Take it off of here. Okay, there's number 26. Looks like a blue piece of paper because it just flipped over on me. I thought I was done, but I'm not done. One more decal. It's one of those things, you know, not really going to be able to see in there very much, but I know it's there. And also, like, I've got some beige color right in here that I don't think when your angle that you'll be able to see in there, I don't think you're ever going to notice that beige color there. So, and I could always use some black pigment. Like I imagine the blast from gunpowder from this probably turns this whole area probably pretty black, right? Black and nasty looking. I imagine. I just imagine. I imagine a lot of things. Anyway, let's see what direction that's supposed to go, because it is ready to go. That's the bonus of using lukewarm water or even a little warm water on your decals. It makes them ready to go much quicker. Now this is supposed to go not quite centered. So that is centered like that. Okay, Q-tip, get the water out from underneath of it, if any. There we go. So that's that decal there on our little blast wall. I'm gonna have to weather that a little bit and make it look like I want it to. It shouldn't look brand new. But there's not much I can do about it right now, because if I try and weather it now, basically what happens is it's not quite dry. I need another Q-tip, actually. Let me grab a couple here out of my little stash. Okay. I'll use another Q-tip to try and dry that off. Okay, there we go. So that's going to allow me to get some pigment. I'm going to get some black pigment. If you don't know what pigments are, they're basically, it's paint, but it hasn't had any thinner put in it. Whether it's alcohol or lacquer or whatever, it's just pure pigment color, okay? And that's all it is. So I want to kind of do a little bit of stippling. So it comes out, you dip your brush in and it looks like that. And so see, I don't want too much, and I want to kind of just make this thing look like it's had that blast on it. And I'm going to do a little on the inside here. Even on my, I'll do a little on my beige piece. It is paint after all. It's just, it allows you to really fade in colors and stuff like that, and make, you get that black, well, in this case black, but it just does something. It's, you could do that, you know, smoke stained color and stuff like that. There we go. So I've got that now looking a little bit, you know, shadowy black, like it's got some blast on it. Now the decal's not so bright and in your face. You know what I mean? Like, you can do a little more on there actually. There we go. I don't want my turret looking so clean and pristine. There we go. It's looking a little bit more used. I think so. Okay. And so how do you clean this up? How do you clean your brush after doing that? Well, you just take some lacquer thinner. You guys know me, I like my lacquer thinner. Cleans up everything. Lacquer thinner cleans everything, except your dishes. The only thing it doesn't clean is your dishes. There we go. Clean brush. Of course, that's one of my super cheap brushes. I got like a pack of 50 for like 10 bucks or something like that. They are my cheap throwaway brushes. Okay. With that all done now, finally done, we flip over here and we got more decals. What are you talking about? More decals that are supposed to go onto our little face panel here. Well, crap. Seems like it's decal day, guys. It's decal day. Fortunately, this doesn't take too long. I need decal number 14, 16, and 22. Fortunately, this doesn't take too long to do. 14, 16, and 22. Well, here's 14. 16 is this guy. Okay, let's get 14 ready to go. Let's cut away the number 14. And put him in there. And where's 22? 20, 21, 22, this little guy. We've got about 40 different decals that all say pinch point, which is reminiscent of working on an aircraft with all the no-step decals. Okay, so the important thing is to remember 22 is the tiny little guy. We can put 16 in the water now. 14 ready to go? Yes, she is. Come on out. Okay, number 14. And where do you go, 14? You're gonna go on this box right here. Yeah. Right there. She lined up straight. Just like that. And then 16 is going to go down at the bottom of this little panel. In the meantime, 22 is going in the water. 16 ready to go? Yes, he is. I tell you, these Americans love to have their warning labels on their products. That's for sure. Now with this one, with number 14, because it's sitting on the edge of that thing, I'm going to use some of my Mark Fit Super Strong just to make sure it conforms around any corners or edges. So I'll put that on there, let that soak in. In fact, I'll do that on all of them. Now number 22 goes up at the very top, just in here. Right up in here. Soak up a little bit of that water. He's positioned good enough for me, and I'll use a little bit of Mark Fit on him too. Okay, so what you do is you just let the Mark Fit do its job. Let it just evaporate on its own, because it's going to cause the decals to shrink, and in doing so, they conform to the surface much tighter and much, well, stronger. So if you've got a decal over top of panel lines, for example, the decal will shrink and go down into the panel line. And look much less like a decal and more like paint when it's all done. Okay, so that's done. Finally, decals are done. So we can do our little assembly here. It looks like we're going to take our G23, which is this big ring, which I've already taken off the sprue, so that I could paint it some green and make sure that it was all green and conforming to the colors I want. And we're going to take our little bucket assembly, or basket they call it, the basket assembly, and it's going to go to the bottom of the turret. So I've already tried test fitting this a couple of times actually. So these two halves go into these little slots here and here. Okay, so, and they're not quite in the center, they're a little bit forward, they're forward up here, and so you can kind of figure out how that's going to orient on this by doing that. So you pull the ring in from the bottom, kind of like this, pull it up. Now you could just go like this and put this through like that. It will go through, and then align it up. Okay, you've got two little notches, little slots here and here, and that's going to go onto these little tabs that are there and there. You'll see them when you're doing this. Okay, you won't see them on my camera, but that's how that's going to go, just like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this in like this, and do this first. Glue ready. Run that along here and along here. Okay, just like that. We'll let that do its thing. Now, how we're going to line it up on here, we've got a little block sticking up right where I'm pointing with my FU finger. Right there is a little rectangular block, and that's going to line up with one of these. How do you know which one? Think of it like this. You have this part of the turret. This is the back. Where do the guys enter from? They enter from the back. Well, when you're looking at this is where they enter from, so that's the back. Which means this tab is going to line up with that particular slot, not these other two. Okay? So, let's just hold on to it like this. Now that we have these kind of glued together a little bit, let's line those up and make a little sandwich. And that's how it goes. Okay? So with that positioned, we can start adding some glue. And we'll go around in a whole bunch of different spots, different points. different areas where I think there's going to be some contact that I can actually get at with my brush, my glue brush. With my glue brush, that's what I'm going to call it. Alright, now with that done, I'm just going to squeeze this down a little bit to make sure we got some good contact area. And there we have that. And we got some contact in here too, it looks like. I might be able to run some blue in there. Maybe on this side too. It's different areas. And it's really an interesting whole setup on how these guys do their jobs inside the tanks. It's really amazing. Okay, so that's that. We move over to this step. We've got to grab G32. I wonder if I need to paint G32. That's possible because it looks like G32. If I turn this in the angle, the angle that is showing in the book, G32 is going to go in there. Let's find G32. Let's get that off the tree, okay? Ah, stop knocking it over. Find my G. Okay. Oh, I already painted it. Yay, yay, yay. So, we'll see, we'll see. It might not even be anything that I can see. And I might have to paint it it might be, I almost said fuselage color, but that's not what I meant. I meant color of the hull. Let's clean that up. Okay. So where does this guy go anyway? He sits like this. But where does he actually attach? Okay, there's a little tab. Okay. So he's got a little tab. I'm just going to hold on to it so you can see. Okay, he's got a little tab right there, right where I'm pointing. It's really hard to see on the camera. There's a little tab right there, sticking out, okay? And that tab is going to go into that little notch that's right there. See that notch that I'm pointing at? A certain light, you can catch it just before it goes in behind the ammo belt, right there. That's where that tab is supposed to go. And so he's supposed to sit like this, and that goes like that. Let's do a little test fit. So I am glad that I painted him green because he matches in here, but how he actually sits in there. I'm going to put a little glue right in that tab for him so that when I get him in there, assuming he actually touches in there, the glue's probably going to be dry by the time I actually get him in there. I managed to get him to touch. That helped. Oop. He prefers to live on the floor. Up. And we line that up. I said we line that up. I said line it up. Okay. It's supposed to be kind of lined up flat in there. Sort of, kind of. I don't know why they made it such a weird little piece like this. Put my thumb under it so it doesn't fall again. See, it doesn't help. It's not a really precise fit. And that's what makes it difficult and doesn't want to hold. Try and convince it. I just want that tab to line up perfect. Okay, I think that's how it's supposed to go. It's really kind of strange. I got green on my thumb now from the paint. So that's how I've got that little thing sitting in there now. And whether that's correct or not, I'm not 100% sure. But it kind of seems like that's the way it goes. Because all we have is the little guide right there. As to whether or not that's correct. It's a little up in the air. Okay, so that is that. And then we're supposed to put our roof on. So, like I showed earlier, we're going to line this up like this. Guide our little machine gun through. Get this positioned like that. Now what I found the easiest as far as alignment is you have this edge here that you can see, and then but on this side it's underneath. Okay, and that's how I found the easiest way to align this. It kind of just fits in together everywhere else on its own. Okay, so hold it together with a little bit of a squeeze. And finally put some glue on this. Put her together one final time. I would like to use a clamp, but if I put a clamp, it's going to be too much pressure, and of course my edges over on this side need a little bit more force. I get a little bit of a gap here. I got a gap at the back. This side's tight, right along here. And I got a little bit of a gap here. This isn't really touching, but I'm going to put run my glue through there anyway, even though it's not really touching. And I just realized something. You know what I just realized? All of my little glass windows are not gonna, I'm not gonna be able to put them in. Crap. Let's pull this apart. Sorry. At least I can see where the glue was working. Yeah, I gotta put all my little glass windows in there if I glue this together. So much for that idea. I can't be leaving it like that. I can't leave the windows out. I'm kind of tempted to leave this open like that, able to take the roof off, because then, hey, you can actually see all the detail in here. You know what I mean? Like, Like, why not? Anyway, we're gonna have to do this later. It actually says don't glue it. Well, don't glue the gun. Yeah, don't glue the gun to the thing because it's supposed to move. All right. Okay, so let's flip the page and see what we got going on next. We've got stuff to glue to the bottom of this, attaching turret armors and smoke grenade launchers. So, let's put our roof aside because we're still going to be working on our bottom here. Okay, put that like that for now. Okay, so a couple of pieces. G22, F2, H31, and a little assembly here of G and F parts, and a polycap. That's interesting. Okay, let's grab these. Okay, so with the parts all cleaned up, we can start some assembly here. We're going to take our polycap and we're going to put it inside this guy. Or actually, we'll put it, it's supposed to go on this, F9, this side, put the polycap there. There we go. And then G25 goes on top, covering that up. It's a tight fit, so it goes on by, it'll stay by itself. That's nice. But of course, we gotta glue it because glue is good. There we go. So that's put together. G2, this guy is supposed to go on here, but I'm not sure what angle it's supposed to go. So it looks like it's supposed to go at a particular angle and not just straight. So I don't know. I really don't know. It looks like it's supposed to maybe go like this, but I don't know for sure. We're just going to leave that for a sec. Let's take a look at what else we got going on here. Let's assemble our little smoke grenade launcher. All we got to do is hold on to this and put these guys into their little holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just a pair of tweezers that will hold this for me, like so, like that, and then I can take these with a little bit of glue on them and just put them in their little holes. Okay, so a little bit of glue on there, put this guy in there. Here's one. A little bit of glue there. Grab another one of these, hopefully the right way around. There. These are purposely in different orientations, okay? So if they don't all line up, that's great. They're not supposed to line up. When they launch these things out, they launch them in different places. So that one. Now where's my fourth guy? Oop, you fell off. Don't fall off. You're supposed to stay. What's wrong with your home? Too good for your home? I need a little glue. I didn't get enough glue on there. That's why he didn't like his home. He says, hey, you didn't put enough glue in my home. I like glue in my home. There we go. And one fourth one, once I get him on here properly. Last one. A little hard to see from my angle, so there we go. So I have one that's launched and the rest not. Okay, so that's how I've got them. You'll notice that they're at different angles, just like they're supposed to be. Okay, but they should all line up, at least vertically like this. Okay, or at least pretty close anyway. There we go. Okay, so that's assembled. We'll let that sit aside. And we've got this guy. I didn't clean this guy up. I left him alone. You know, left him alone and thinking he'd be alright, but he's not. Now this guy's got some ejector pins on him. I don't know if it's going to cause any issues. We will find out soon enough. We're going to grab our little assembly here, tip him upside down. This guy's going to go in right here on this spot. Let's see how he fits. And it looks like he sits nice and flush and really no issues at all. So, there, there. I think that's probably all he's going to need. Give him a little press just to make sure he's pressed in his home good. There we go. Okay, so that's our F2. G22 looks like he's going to go over, if I go here, he's going to go right here on our little triangular spot. He's got a little block in him, and so he just lines up like that. It's simply like that, right? Okay. There's a little bit of a play that he can move around a little bit. I'm going to line him up so that his line is matched with the line across there, because I'm not sure. I imagine this is supposed to be maybe spent shells get ejected out of there from the machine gun. That's why there's that hole there. That's got to be why there's a hole there, right? This guy needs a little more glue in the center there. He's kind of pulling away a little bit, so hold him for a sec. And we have H31 is going to go on the opposite side here, over here somewhere. Oh, okay, so he's closing up the gap that if we put our roof on, this goes like that. This guy kind of covers right there. So we want to have that lined up like this. That. Okay, but on this side, this guy is covering. He goes like this. Is it like that? Yeah. He goes in like this. Yeah, he goes in just like that. And then this guy fills up that gap there. Just hold him in a spot, like so. And then this guy how are we going to do this? Maybe put this guy on first. So, like so. Line them up. And then put this guy in. Sort of works. I'm not sure. It doesn't quite line up. The way they show it, this is supposed to just be like maybe just kind of fit like that. Let's see. I can't stand Pepsi anymore since they changed recipe and reduced the sugar from 11 to 7 per 100 milliliters, and they added sweetener. You're probably still fine. I don't have fluid. It's funny you mention that. The Pepsi I'm drinking is Pepsi Zero, so it has no sweetener at all. Well, I guess it's got the, what do they call it? Aspartame? But this is Pepsi Zero sugar. Yuck. I actually don't mind it. I will admit, when I first tried it, it was pretty not that great. But it's not bad. Okay, so I find now actually when I drink regular Pepsi, it's like, oh, holy crap, this is sweet. I mean, yeah, I like it. It still tastes good, but it is really sweet. Okay, so I got them lined up and I got it in its proper spot. I think what I want to do is just glue it to the bottom for now. And leave it. So I'm just going to glue the bottom. I'll glue these two together and then glue this bottom guy, and that's it. Just glue it to the bottom. I don't want to glue it to the top. Now the glue may have run up, and actually, you know, with the capillary action it may, so I want to remove this, and we'll just leave that like it is now, and it'll actually allow me to glue in there. And guess what, we got a big beige wall in there that I need to paint green, but having removed the other side, having removed the top, that will allow me to deal with this. So yeah, so there's that. Lastly, we have, where did my piece go? H31 actually goes onto the top into that little spot right there. So if I look at it, it goes into this little notch here and goes, how do you go? You go like this and it just goes into that hole like that. Not sure what that's supposed to be, but and I don't like that they have it going right through the wall. They could have trimmed that off better, because now I got a little stump sticking through the wall. I'm just going to trim that right off. It doesn't have to be that long at all. And I will touch that up with a little bit of green later. Okay. So, let's go back to our little smoke grenade launcher. Now that that's had a few minutes to dry, and they go on 2 spots, one here and one here. And how do they go? Funny thing is, that I googled it to see if that sweetener is safe, and all articles say that it's fine, but below in the comments are full people talking about headaches. Headaches, really? I never heard about headaches. Okay, let's put this guy over here. So basically you want to line up this the bracket, and the way they show in the picture is it sits like this, and we're going to glue this edge to the bracket like that. So I think I might be able to do it by hand if the glue on this is cured enough to allow me to actually set that in there. It should be okay. So put a little glue on here first. Grab this and set that in there. Here we go. Now it will let me make sure that's flat on there and oriented properly, because we want it flat and not sticking out. It doesn't want to let me do that. Another thing you could do to help yourself out is glue the actual J30, whatever the number is for the actual block. Let me grab that. So they talk about J30 and J15. What were my parts here again? I have to grab my J sprue. J30, and where's J15? You got numbers all over the place. We go 1, 2, 15. Okay, yeah. So J30. I'm going to do this time around. I'll show you. To be able to glue this nice and solid onto that wall without having to worry about my little rocket, my little grenade launchers. I keep calling one a couple of rocket. Now I can just glue this on by itself. Just glue that in place. Like so. And that'll be a little bit easier in making sure it's nice and solid and got a good contact on that. And I can put the little smoke grenades onto it afterwards. We'll let that sit for a little while. Looks like we're doing more stuff. We're going to do some work on the top now. What time have I got? I haven't got a lot of time left. We'll set this guy aside. We've got a few pieces. We'll do half of step 50. The commanders and gunners hatches, okay? We're working on the top here. We'll do part of this, and then I gotta get going, all right? How many steps are left? So we're gonna start step 50. We'll go up to 61. 61 would be putting the turret on. So we got 11 more steps. Well, 11 and a half. 11 and 3/4 maybe? Yeah. Let's grab some parts here. F tree, G tree, H, F, G, and E. Okay, so we've got our bunch of little parts off the trees and cleaned up. So let's see what we've got going on with our thing. So it looks like F4 is going to go on the front here like this. I don't think it's going to interfere with anything if I put that on right now. I think that should be fine to put that on. So let's just do that. Let's get glue underneath here too. Okay, so there's F4. I think F30, which is going to go here, just maybe not in that orientation. Where is it? How does F30 go? It goes like this. F30. He goes on like that. It might be a little bit difficult to get that on there. You know, to put this in, and now I've got a smaller hole to fish that through. We'll see here. Let's just try this. Put that through there. The more I put together on this thing, the harder it's going to be to line it up. I think it should be okay. Should be okay. It's just going to be a lot more of an alignment process when it comes to final assembly of these two. So this goes on there like so. So we're going to put some glue on the underneath here and along this edge. There we go. Okay. Extra armor on there now. And then what else we got? We've got G38, this guy here, going into this little notch. So, do that. Some stuff is easy, like explosions from cotton wool. Yeah, I've seen guys do that too, and then I've seen them, they even have like LEDs in them and have it light up so it looks like it's currently exploding, kind of thing. And yeah, those are pretty crazy. I've mostly seen that with like Star Wars kind of stuff, dioramas with like the exploding X-Wing fighter or TIE fighter or something like that. Okay, going around, we've got G28 right here. Just going to go into this little section. So he should have two little pins to line up with those holes. And yep, fits in pretty good, just like that. I don't like my nub in there. I've got to clean that a little better. Looking at my time here, I got to go pretty quick. I'm going to get these pieces on here and then I got to take off. Okay, a little squeeze. He's going to hold on to them all on his own. I could put a little glue on those little tabs inside, but I don't think that's necessary. He's holding all on his own. He's quite happy. Next, let's do G17 on the top here. G17 is this guy. He's got a couple of pins to go into those holes. He's got some ejector pin marks, but I'm just going to hit them with the file just to make sure they are flat. Seem to be okay. So he goes in this orientation like this, and he just fell into place very nicely. Oh, I felt his pins go in through the holes. He's going to stay on there all on his own. Nice. But I can't rely on those. See? See? I gotta grab my flashlight again. Where did you go? Such a big piece. There you are. There you go. Okay. See, you can't rely on the little pegs to hold them on there. You can't trust them. There's just some things you cannot trust. There. Okay. Glue around some edges here. A little bit of a squeeze to give them nice and flush, flat against the surface. Just don't shoot me, always shoot. You shoot me at the end. Oh, you know, the funny thing is, I got that from watching another streamer, and it's Love Guns. Love Guns. it may sound a little funny, but I thought it was cute, and so I thought I'd start doing that, and I've been doing that since the beginning. I'm shooting you with a love gun. Yeah. Okay, so there's that piece in. There's our G17. Let's do H24. H24 also has 2 pins, and it's going to go in the backside here. Is that correct? This is the correct way? Yes. Let's see here. It's kind of just, the mold goes all the way around everything. But getting it lined up is the tricky part. There are pins to line it up on with, but they don't really want to go in. The pins don't want to go in their hole. I don't want to drill the holes out bigger. That is the correct orientation. There we go. Oh. There, pins in. The pin's tight. Probably got some paint in the hole, and that's why she don't want to fit. There we go. Yeah, I think I got paint inside the holes, and that's why the pins don't really want to go in. But once they went in, they're in. Okay, give it one last little press everywhere just to make sure. There we go. There's that armor piece on. As you can see, the contrast between all my green overspray and the armor pieces. It's all coming to play. Okay, so H10 and 32 go into these little 2 notches here. It's easy to see where H32 goes, but H10 doesn't seem to have the same thing, because we got a little block sitting here. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to put those on first. Damn it. This guy's got to come back up. Sorry. You got to come up. After all that time. Come on. I know you want to stay in your home now, but you got to come back up. These guys got to go into these little notches first. Now that vlog about model collection showcase coming up, are you thought about it? I have not seen that. I have not seen that. So no, I haven't thought about it. The short answer, no, I haven't thought about it. I haven't thought about it because I haven't seen it. Vlog about model collection showcase coming up. I haven't seen that. Okay, those 2 pieces, they just sit into those little rectangular slots. And then we put this guy back down. Over top of him. Back into a spot. Hopefully getting these lined up again nicely. Of course, now it doesn't really want to fit because I moved it. It's angry at me. It said, yeah, I was happily in my home and you ripped me out of there. And I and I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry. I suggest you make one a few streams ago. Oh, that's right. And I went back into the trying to look at my chat log and see the URL that you had sent, and I couldn't find it, and then I forgot all about it. I apologize for that. I remember now. Yeah, I went back into this. It's like, okay, I'll check out that link later, and then I went to look at my chat log, and I couldn't get my chat log to come up, and so therefore I couldn't find the link. Okay, so that's back. He's back up in there again. And I think I probably spent too much time, and I'm probably running late now. Okay. Done. Okay, so that is step 50, part 1, with those armor pieces put in there. Anyway, with this done, I'm going to have to continue on the rest of it next time, because I gotta get going and I gotta call it a day. And I want to thank you for watching, and thanks for the chat. And yeah, we're just gonna have to end it here, unfortunately. I would like to continue on, but I gotta get going. She's finally getting together, and we're getting progress made, and she is starting to kind of, you know, get somewhere. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Like I said, tank that never ends. I gotta get going. So I want to thank you for watching, and thank you again for the chat. And again, check out the description box below and see my links to my other stuff. And if you feel like it. I'm gonna leave it like this for today, and we'll see you all in the next one. Love guns.